So this is a scene that we had rehearsed and decided to do in one shot, but Luca didn't have enough track to do it in one shot, so we put a call into the production office in Milan, and they agreed to send enough track, but that it was going to take about 2 hours to send. So we rehearsed this scene maybe 6 times. We all broke for lunch. We all sat in a cafe, not the one in the shot here, but opposite in the square. And when it came time to do it, which is what we're watching here, we maybe had an hour to shoot this in 2 or 3 takes. I think this was the second take. Again, the nightmare as an actor would have been to do the scene a foot from Army and a bunch of close-ups. I don't know any actor that could have pulled that off. But instead, Luca gave us the prescription to treat this monument almost as a metaphorical barrier between the two boys here. Luca had said, as I walked by the monument, he said, repeat it to yourself a number of times. In the bus, Luca has said in Q&As was to serve as an interrupter, another signifier to break the tension. I love the idea that if you're at a distance, these boys might just be having a conversation, but up close and personal, you know what they're talking about. Yeah, I was always curious about that moment. And the production design in the scene, look at those posters to the side, is just perfect. I love those lines. They have nothing to do with anything. The thrill of getting to be the younger lover. Oliver's in the position of responsibility. I get to decide whether to put a seatbelt on or not. This was an incredible location to shoot at. I tried to petition Luca in the scene to not make me say the name of the mountainous region in the north, and he said, nope, you're saying it. The idea that Elio was unrelenting, that even when Oliver lets his guard down a little bit, perhaps generously, Elio jumps in right away. And this shot is almost a direct homage to James Ivory's Morris. And there's a very similar shot of the two lovers in grass. There's a take where I don't lick his face first before kissing him. Mm-hmm. But I know that the most important beat of this is that Oliver is the one to step away.
Yeah.
And then there's a strong moment where Elio tries to reignite it. Right there. Under the illusion that it's broken,
yeah,
or bruised. The minor debilitation that is a nosebleed. This is one of the rare over-the-shoulder shots in the movie, too. The camera was on Sayambu's shoulder. It's a favorite line from the book. It's a line we looped because what I said was too inappropriate. I love that. Don't go anywhere. He waits just as long as he has to wait.
Je sais pas si je peux sortir parce que si ma mère elle le voit, elle s'inquiétera.
These girls could have chastised me between takes for being too something. Love this scene. I remember at the top of the film, Luca telling us to try to find the comedy where we could, or acknowledge it, but it's just unspoken. And this scene is a lot of fun. In the book, and in the movie, but it's not clear. You know, that's a joint, it's not a cigarette. Unfortunately, you never punch in close enough to see that random moment that presented itself. And as an actor, those are just the greatest of gifts. Can't anticipate it, can only react. When we were blocking this out, and we were trying to kiss where I was way above him, but then we mapped out that I would have to go back down before we started to kiss. Allusion to the time period. And I wouldn't even try to do it justice, because Luca will do it when he describes it, but right. I love the way he talks about the sexuality or lack of sexual close-ups in this film. This is not about that. I love that shot too, prior. You almost don't even know what you're looking at. I was not envious that Army had to say the title of the goddamn thing. Yeah, and he does it absolutely beautifully. That'd be one to butter up from remnants of the lovemaking. The anxieties about Mafalda more than the parents. I remember Luca telling me to throw that shirt there on that mark and thinking it was inconsequential, but then you see it after. Luca had trepidations about it because he thought maybe it worked better as a literary metaphor, and he just had doubts about it ever making it into the movie, so there was not a ton of anxiety because I simply thought, well, if this sucks, it's not going to be in there. We just kind of found this moment because I don't think any of us realized how hard it is to into a peach and take the course. The idea here was just how would it actually happen, and what would actually happen in this kind of scene or scenario, and that anything comedic or ostentatious about it would just make it untrue. Love how the music builds up to the moment. Fuck. Oh, he doesn't know what to do with his hands here. And that noise is so European to me. Was it cicadas outside? Not cicadas. Yeah, that owl noise. Taste something in this. This was all scripted. Huh. This scene was terrifying because and I'm glad it came out presentably because I thought, how does it take this wild turn in this fun scene? How does it take this, or in this playful scene? I love the way Amira slaps Oliver's back in that scene. I love the better luck next time look he gives her. And I love how Army kind of tells me to not ask so many questions here when he sits back down. It just feels so true even to our relationship in real life. The pestering on my part and him going, leave me alone. You know, I never noticed that. This was one of the most fun days I've ever had shooting anything. We took a van to the bottom of this location that took 2 hours, and then there was a separate hike with the crew where everybody carried one piece of equipment up to these locations. The shot actually wasn't, because what we're running through there was thorny, so our legs were getting torn up, but this was a dam, so it was an artificial dam, and we had one shot, we're going to get to here with the waterfall. And we had one go at it, and they played one of those sirens they played in World War II when they wanted people to go inside. They shot here. This is right when it emerged, and I think there's a cut here to when it's even... Yeah, exactly. We had one shot at this. Maybe I shouldn't reveal this, but so be it. I stumbled there, and I just became so exhausted. And Army runs by me going, "Keep going, motherfucker, keep going." I said, "Army, I can't, I'm so well, I guess they cut before I really stopped. But I was so exhausted. And here, I was one of those rocks I'm hiding behind, and Army's hiding behind another one of the rocks. Just movie magic. This was our last day of filming. This was in Bergamo. It's to Rome.
Oh, right.
I don't know, these little moments. There's no way to fake this. This is all just... It's all just self-protection. Oh, this is a lot of fun to shoot. I remember shooting this and thinking, hopefully they can get the rights to that song. This was we were supposed to be drunk here, and this is the last day of shooting. And we all had gone out to a dinner, maybe a block from this location, and there was certainly wine and things of that nature. I love the idea that they're just giving each other, just fully giving themselves to each other. Don't even let them go. The two actors in this scene here are the leads of Luca's partner Fernando's film. I was talking to someone about this scene that I look scorned here or jealous, and that was never really my intention. I think it was just supposed to be more, again, just in awe of this guy who's so unabashed, and less that he's gone off with a girl. Alright, this sequence coming up was tough to shoot because I already had a mouthful of puke in there. You just don't want to reveal to the audience that you already have a mouthful of puke. Trying to act like you don't have a mouthful of stuff. Throwing up on camera is always hard because there's never enough stuff. Gotta go method. No, I'm kidding. It just feels too good to be true. This is the last shot we did in the movie. This was the last scene we shot. This was tough to get. We did a number of takes of this kiss. Because it's supposed to be, maybe the most unabashed kiss between the lovers in the movie, but that's tough to play. There's no way to... When it's overdone, then it becomes less real. So we had to do a number of them where we weren't doing too much. And you see the film flickering there on the left. This is my favorite scene of Army's in this film. Because I would never play this. And he plays about 6,000 emotions here. what's going through his mind here. It always kills me. I can never tell if it's guilt or worry about Elio, or if he's in so much pain that he's worried if it's about himself. Not guilt, empathy for Elio. So glad there weren't a bunch of lines here to
Me too.
indicate what's going on. And he starts pulling away. It's not time yet. One more hug. And this is how it played out. I love this final look. One wave, right? It's unrelenting, the train.